Serpent with Feet is an artist from Baltimore in America. He broke through a couple of years back with the EP that he dropped, which I thought was pretty cool and eclectic. That EP was called Blisters. It was very strange, eclectic, an odd mix of genres, mostly R&B. And Soil is his debut full-length studio album. And I thought this album was going to be pretty cool because of the set of tracks that he dropped a couple of years back on the Soil EP, and yeah, I was pretty much right. I think that this is a really solid album. Do I think it's album of the year contender though? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's quite as good as that, to be honest. I mean, sure, he's definitely developed his own unique style. He's certainly a talented songwriter. These tracks have some interesting melodies to them as well, which I do enjoy for the most part. But I don't know, there's something that just isn't clicking with me, and I'm not sure what it is. Some of these tracks go for a really cool tribal sound, like Cherubim, and you have these kind of like gospel-y, like hard-hitting vocal moments with the drums that I really find to be quite odd but also captivating. These vocal chants that really grab you in a very strange way, but at the same time you are kind of hooked on what he's saying and how it sounds. And I do like on the opening track where he goes into his upper register. I mean, he really can sing really well when he belts out and wails his vocals. I mean, in not like a Kid Cudi way, but in a way that actually sounds pretty good. And actually when he sings with melody at times, he does sound a little bit like Benjamin Clementine. I found that really weird because obviously Benjamin Clementine has quite a strong English accent. But there are times where Serpent with Feet has this really well-spoken, almost posh type voice that just really reminds me of like the London Victorian type voice that Benjamin Clementine like announces in his songs. It is a little bit difficult to talk about this album. I mean, there are times where it sounds like Serpent with Feet is going a little overly pretentious with the sounds that he crafts in the music, but at the same time they don't ever sound bad, and they actually generally across the album is well made and well produced. But I think melodically overall I'm not that pleased with everything. There are some tracks that just fly by, don't really give me much of anything, whereas on the EP I think it was good because it was just so short that it didn't really ever get to a point where you felt like there were too many tracks. But even though this album's still like 40 minutes ish, I still feel like there are a couple of tracks that I just don't care for, and I feel like if he'd just cut them off, maybe we could have just had another EP, but I don't know. I like the closer a lot though, Bless Your Heart. Really lovely lyrics across this track and a really nice whimsical sound with the arrangements and the piano that's being played. Yeah, it's just an overall like nice track that I just don't really have any complaints about. It just genuinely sounds just lovely to the ears. Tracks like Waft are really interesting lyrically. I mean, this one he's talking about the scent of a person. Not something I can relate to because, yeah, can't smell, guys. This doesn't work. But yeah, the idea of like how he's talking about the cologne of this man is really strange to me because like it's something that a lot of people talk about when they talk about someone's scent or like if they are attracted to someone's smell, but like you never hear it in music, and I just found it really cool to listen to, like how he's talking about like the waft of like someone's smell going by him and saying how like there can't be love existing here. I don't know if it's just because like he's saying that he can't be around this person because he knows he'll fall in love with them and it's going to be too much, or it's saying that like, you know, this smell might remind him of something so he can't be around that person. But it's really interesting to try and interpret what he's saying. I think my favourite track though is Wrong Tree. I mean, the instrumental and the singing on this track is really quite Young Fathers-esque. I think there is a little bit of an influence there maybe, or perhaps they're pulling from the same kind of ideas and styles. But yeah, I think the chorus on this track is really good with the singing. You're climbing up the wrong tree. I think this is the best like combination of his singing style and the instrumental working together at its best. Because like on some tracks, again, it goes for quite a similar style, but perhaps sometimes the instrumental just isn't quite melodically pleasing, or like the singing might not match what's going on in the background. I don't know, you know. Perhaps it's just me, because like I say, a lot of people are saying this is like album of the year contender. But I don't know. I think Serpent with Feet has definitely got the potential to get an album out there that is good to the point where it could be one of the best of the year. But for me, I just don't think right now Soil is there for me. Even though tracks like Seedless are remarkable in the way he writes the lyrics, like definitely takes a very different approach to your average singer-songwriter. And the singing on this one's really good with the way it goes, all of you. Like, it's just so good to listen to the way he sings like that. But yeah, I just think overall this album is a bit spotty at points. Not every track pleases me in the way that some do. And when it gets really good, like on Bless Your Heart and Wrong Tree, like it's really good. But I just don't think every track lives up to it in the same way for me. But yeah, I'm going to go C+. This is a really solid album. Definitely go check this out. Seven with Feet certainly has a lot of talent in him. And I hope he gains a good audience with his music, because he's definitely doing stuff that not many people are doing, and I appreciate that. So yeah, go listen to this album. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments if you've heard it, and subscribe to the channel for more reviews, and have a good day.